Hello everyone, welcome to my video, A Question of Identity, Culture versus Race. Let me begin by asking you a question. What makes someone Native American? Is it their genetic makeup? Or is it their ethnicity, their traditions and spirituality, and their culture? Now I'd like to review a few terms before I begin in earnest. 1. Race. Race refers to a person's physical characteristics, such as bone structure, skin, hair, or eye color. 2. Ethnicity. Refers to cultural factors including nationality, regional culture, ancestry, and language. 3. Ancestry. Is one's ethnic descent or ethnic origin. 4. Ethnic origin. Is an attempt to classify people not according to their current nationality, but according to commonalities in their social background. Ethnic origin implies one or more of the following: shared origins or social background, shared culture and traditions that are distinctive, maintained between generations, and lead to a sense of identity or group, a common language, and or a common religious tradition. Now, what constitutes a Native American? Is it their race, or is it their ethnicity? I would say that ethnicity, tradition, spirituality, walking the walk, I think that trumps any amount of DNA someone may or may not have. If someone is seeking authentic truth, an authentic religion, spirituality, and they truly mean what they say, it's not just some passing interest or a fad or an attempt to appropriate part of culture, then I believe that person should be welcomed. After all, in this day and age, we've all come to realize that there are no races on Earth except the one human race. And we should not disenfranchise any human being who seeks this authentic spiritual truth. Now that differs from tribe to tribe, obviously. There's not just one generic Native American culture, but there are similarities. Personally, I'm someone who walks the red road. Other traditions may call it something different. I can only speak from my personal experience. Now, as someone who looks Caucasian and someone who self-identifies as Native American, I can tell you it has not been an easy path. People seem to look at you crazy when you say, "Oh yes, I'm Native American," when you clearly don't look the part. And I think a lot of people place more importance, greater importance on the way you look rather than the way you act. We're a very visual society out here in Anglo culture, and for the diaspora of the mixed blood Native Americans, it's tough. So I'm going to ask, why is blood so important? Why is a strand of DNA so important that it elevates one over the other? You know, it's something I never really accepted. You know, there's a ton of racism on both sides of the fence, don't let anyone fool you. And a lot of full or close to full-blooded Native Americans that I've personally met have actually been really welcoming, wonderful, and just all-around great, decent human beings. It comes when you have people who say, I'm a higher percentage than you, I'm this, I'm that, and neither one really look the part, but they bicker and they bicker and they bicker and they cause this divide. And that is just not helpful for anyone. It's basically like going down to the old deep south stereotypes of just a white monoculture and they hate everybody. And we look at them and say, what bigots, what bigots. But why is it so different if someone else is doing it? You know, it's still the same bigotry, just in a different package. And I would like to personally plea to anyone who does this type of race bullying to stop. We're all part of a greater Native community here. I mean, we all can't look 100% authentic Native American like we see in the movies all the time, because we are a people who have been displaced, who have mixed, and what makes us us is holding on to the culture, to the spiritualities of our specific peoples. That is what constitutes, in my opinion, an identity of a Native American. Consider this argument. If I was a full-blooded Mohawk Indian, raised off the reservation in completely white Anglo society, had no Native traditions growing up, and then suddenly I said, you know what, I'm very jaded with society as it is. I really want to seek something in my cultural roots, some sense of belonging, something I could really get behind. And then that would be perfectly okay. That's basically someone coming home. But when it's someone who is mostly white or black or Latino, and they say, well, hey, I'm going to do the same thing. We're of the same Anglo culture here, and we're looking for that sense of belonging. And all too often we're met with blatant racism, with bullying, with all types of illogical arguments, and it basically comes down to, you don't look like us, you're not us. And that's very hurtful. So I would just like to ask people who do that to stop. Just please become more accepting, realize that we're all in this together. And with that, I'm going to end my video. Thank you all for sitting through and listening. Please leave comments, leave feedback, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.